Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com. You can also get us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a wall telephone from the 50s, late 40s and 50s. It's a 354 Western Electric. Tad sent this telephone in from Washington. It's really a very nice telephone. It's all original, and we get a lot of calls for these. They're very nice, and this one's a really perfect example of one. And this telephone had some issues, and we talked it over with Tad, and he wanted a modular port installed inside this telephone so that he could simply run any line cord to this telephone on the inside after he bolts it to the wall, because it's supposed to be a hardwired telephone. And when he bolts it to the wall, he can run any line cord he wants out of it and any length. So that's what's neat about having a modular port. When I first opened this telephone up, I noticed some things right away. Although it's all original, there was some things going on inside with the handset cord that I wasn't sure why they did some things. And then they had some other things wired wrong. And I think what happened is, what it comes down to is sometimes in these old telephones, in the voice capsule, what they have in there is graphite granules. And what happens is sometimes they will cause like a static sound in the receiver, in the earpiece. And people will equate that static with a cord or something going on in the network. And what it is it's this transmitter capsule, and the graphite granules in them don't align properly, and they sit there and they beat on a diaphragm. It's like a drum, and it'll cause a staticky kind of sensation when you hear it. And so what happens is you can blow real hard into the receiver, into the transmitter, and it'll usually align them. And after these telephones are used for a while, sometimes they will align themselves and you won't have any problems with it. Sometimes you would see people kind of pop hit it in their hand. They're trying to get these granules of graphite aligned. And this one does it sometimes, but it doesn't do it bad enough to change it. Because this is an original voice capsule from that, transmit capsule from that era. And we might as well just go ahead and leave it alone, because we know that it's not a big issue. And you can always blow into the transmitter real hard, and it'll line them, and it should quieten it up. But it can be changed if ever need be. But at this point, I think that's what they were having a problem with, and that's why someone had went in and did some changes, and I guess they got lost in where they were at and couldn't get anything. So that was the issue with that. We had to work on the bell, get the bell working. All this had to be adjusted and tightened up. We had to rewire the bell and get it working and do some rewire of the whole telephone. Although this old capacitor is original, it's still working, I didn't leave it in the circuit. I want to leave it in the phone, but I'm not going to leave it in the circuit, because while we're working on this phone and cleaning all the contacts for the rotary and the hook switch and stuff, it's just kind of a preventive type thing. I install, in the situation after I get them all working, I install our capacitor for our bell circuit. It's just kind of a preventive thing. I know this cap here is not going to fail like this cap can fail, and it's a newer style cap, so it's going to be make the bell circuit ring even that much better. and it's not going to fail. These are great old caps that came in them, and they still work, and this one still does work. But while I'm in it working, I might as well go ahead and change it and go over to the newer style cap and get that in working order. This is the inside of the phone. You see the back of the rotary here, and some of the hook switch contacts, and then your network and your bell circuit and all the hooks ups. Here is our modular port that we installed. All you have to do is just take a modular clip, any kind of line cord, just set it in there and plug it in, and you're ready to go. We should be hearing dial tone here. You may or may not be able to hear that, but what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and have something hold the hook switch here. I'm going to put something in the hook switch, and I'm going to go ahead and ring the telephone. I'll show you the old bell. Let it go one more time. Go ahead and answer the phone. Now this is all manual set. You have to set everything, and these were all loose. Had to tighten everything up and get them all adjusted. You can't set this on the outside of the telephone. You have to open it up. It's all manual set, and then everything's screwed down. Let's do this. Let's dial some numbers here real quick. You'll watch them on the analyzer. And then I'm going to dial a 2. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to set the line cord over into a regular telephone line, and we're going to dial a time and temperature number.
Our body shop can repair almost any make and model for less. Offenburg Belleville, 234-0330. Today is Monday, February 22nd. The time is 2:33 current.
Okay, so everything is repaired on this telephone, and then other than maybe every once in a while you might have a little static problem from the voice capsule, which you can just blow into the transmitter, and that should straighten that out. And like I said, most people equate that with the line, the handset cord, or in the modular, but it's actually in the graphite crystals, graphite granules that are in the transmitter. What we're going to do here, and I think that's why whoever had the phone kind of got lost when they were trying to figure out if it was the cord or in the network, and that's how this telephone got kind of all out of wiring and got out of whack, and it wasn't working any longer. I want to go ahead and ring the telephone one more time. We'll let it go a couple times. We'll go ahead and answer it. You may or may not be able to hear the dial tone. Anyway, this is a really neat old 354. We got, like I said earlier, we get a lot of calls on these. This has got the old metal dial in it, and these are a very cool telephone. And Tad's got a very nice one here, so I think he's going to enjoy this telephone a lot. And I hope you enjoyed watching the video. This is the final checkout of this telephone, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.